This is a 2011 Caravan with a 3.6 liter engine. I've had to replace over a gallon of coolant in the last 1,500 kilometers. That's basically just 2 days of driving back and forth. And even though coolant looks fine, normal colors, I was really worried about a head gasket issue where coolant is just disappearing and going into the engine. Well, that wasn't quite the issue. Let's go ahead and just magically pull this thing off. Wow, that came off easy. It's almost like I had this planned. Down here, using this magic of a flashlight, there's a whole bunch of coolant hoses. There's one that makes a sharp L, goes up, turns into a Y, and then goes into the firewall there to the heater core. If you look carefully, you can see it dripping there. Now, I'm not sure if that's coming from the bottom left or somewhere else, but that part needs to get replaced. You could go to Home Depot and probably build your own little section. But I needed to do this right, so I have ordered for a 2011. This is by Dorman, and this is the exact same thing that my local auto parts said. It's a 626-315 HP heater hose assembly. I don't need all of these. I only really needed this L-shaped thing, but might as well replace the whole thing because I was in a hurry and didn't have time to go to plumbing stores and figure this out. So this is the part that needs to get replaced. I think it's leaking here. There's this little quick connect, and in order to use the quick connect, you basically have to squeeze down on both sides there, that side and this side. As you squeeze, it allows you to pull the pipe out. The top here, instead of using hose clamps, it's got these little squeezy things that, you know, pick a plier and make it work. I hate using these things, but we're gonna make it happen. Let's install this. I'm gonna start by taking off the radiator cap. If you give that a good squeeze, you get a shower of fun. And I'm gonna leave this open. This way, anything I do, there's no chance of air bubbles surprising me later. It's gonna make some leaks. I'm fully prepared for that. So I brought the magic of paper towel. I'll clean this up after. Now, it's very difficult to film in here, but you'll see that there's gonna be a clamp here, a clamp there, and that quick connect. That's what I need to undo down in here. I'm gonna start with this one here. The other one is not that top one, but the one in the middle, right there. And then down is that quick connector, that black thing. So I don't need to take off that top clamp. It's gonna be down there to the left. It's really hard to show where it is. You can see where it's leaking. That's basically where I gotta push my fingers. I'm gonna put a glove on, so this way it's not just my skin that gets stuck. Maybe my glove will get stuck when it gets pinched in the wrong place too. Let's hope I don't break anything else when I'm down here. All right, that's getting pain. Let's see if I can use locking pliers just to hold it shut. Oh yeah, that's easier. All right, that's one loose. One loose. Now, to get this off, this one, I'm gonna have to grab it and twist it back and forth to kind of break the seal, and then it should be able to pop up. All right, it's gonna start leaking pretty soon here. It is loose. I'm not gonna put my wrench accidentally on top of my battery. A little bit loose. I got over that lip there, now I just need to slide it up. I think before I do that, I'm gonna loosen the other one in there as well. Don't wanna accidentally mess up my brake booster here. It's kind of a tight fit, but let's see. Some long needle nose pliers would be real nice. So that one, back in there, you can see I can't right in the middle of the screen. That one is now loose. I'm not gonna pull it completely off yet. There we go. Now I just have to do that bottom one, the one that is actually causing the main leak. And I have to squeeze those little quick connectors like this, and I should be able to squeeze and pop out. So I had to separate a few things. I had to separate this from here, pull that off. That allowed me to rotate this. And then I actually had to squeeze, not on these little parts, I had to squeeze here and pull off this black one. Well, now where's that little white piece? You know, like the new one. Well, it's still on the pipe down there. So that is what I need to get next. There, if you can kind of see that little white looking thing. Let me do that, the flathead screwdriver, until it comes off. Okay, I basically had to break that to get it off, to pry it open, because there's a lip that's down there. This does tell me that in order to install the new one, I'm going to install this piece first, and then slide everything on. Now this is nice, the way that these come packaged. As long as I don't pull that off, I'm good. This is holding it open for me. I'm just going to get those kind of in place where I know I'm going to be able to reach them with some kind of grips. I'm going to take this out first, install that, then slide this on. Everything here still looks clean. Give that a little clean first in case there's any grime stuff on it you didn't want. Do that for all of the pieces. Just push, make sure it's heading the right direction when you do this. There we go, mine's clamped on now. Make sure this is headed in the right direction, because once it's on, I don't want to take it off. Feed that on in there. Then my top first. I think I'm good to put on the left one. Now that little section here, I just have to line it up with that white piece. And by that I mean where those two go together here. I want to make sure it doesn't go on crooked. I want to get it so it snaps in, and that should lock it in place. Done. Now I'm going to do the next ones here. Left one, then the top one. I want to make sure it's seated all the way to the firewall. I still have about that far to go. I wish there was a better angle I could show this at for the camera. That's not quite working for me. Alright, that is now seated all the way forward. This one, that's seated there. I just have to grab that little retaining clip. I'm going to pull that off with tools instead of having my fingers in case it just snaps. I don't want any of my skin getting in there. You can see that little gold part right up there. I got to press that clamp all the way close to the firewall and then pull those off. One. We'll save that for somebody to run over with their car by accident. Okay, one. Bottom is already done there. Top one. I gotta push it about that far, otherwise it's not gonna clamp on anything. It'll clamp on a hose, but not the actual metal piece that goes inside it. So I need to push it further that direction. We're gonna do this with a glove. In case something gets pinched, it's not just my skin, it's the glove and the skin. That sounds way more fun. This is times where those little hose clamps might be easier. Let's see if I can get these on so I never have to take them off again. I'm going to set this up so that if I need to, I can put a tool in there to grab it. There it is. Alright, retainer clip thing gone. So everything is tight. I'm going to give this a little hose down. That L-shaped one is in there. You can see that little white piece down there. Top one, seated as far as it can go. That clamps on there. Sorry about the focus. Way up there, you see that little hose clamp. Not the top hose, but the bottom one, all there, go into the heater core. I don't need to replace this one, but I'm going to keep it in case that one also goes. I'm going to give this a spray down. So all in all, that was maybe 25 minutes of work, because I'm not really using proper mechanics tools other than, you know, the vice grips and these suckers. Hope that works. 2011 Caravan. Glad it wasn't anything else. Alright, fluids are topped off. I gave it a little soak with the hose. Some of the cooled or the spilled coolant is just burning off, and I think some of it fell on the exhaust system. See how it does. Alright, took it for a quick test drive. Did a good 50 kilometers and no leaks going on.
Let's bring that up there. So that thing is still nice and bone dry. That's what I want to see. Up top there, that little hose clamp area looks good. Everything's pretty peachy. That's about as far as I can get my phone in there now. Excellent. Yay.
All right. Now, that whole job could have been done if you'd, you know, got some kind of elbow, another little piece of hose and clamps for a whole lot cheaper. But I kind of want this thing to look the way it's supposed to if I ever sell this vehicle. I mean, it's not like it has 300,000 kilometers on it. All right, so I did it. That was a heater hose assembly for a 2011 Dodge Caravan. You're going to find similar installation techniques and stuff for anything kind of in that series between 2008 and about 2020 for Caravans, the town and country models, basically any of the Chrysler Dodge stuff. You're going to see probably similar ones as well to maybe even some of the trucks. It just, where do those hoses go? So I know I called some of the things by the wrong names, hose clamps versus whatever those little clamps are called. Regardless, take your time. You can get these jobs done yourself with basic tools if you've got the patience and perseverance. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful. Leave a comment that hopefully is helpful to others, or if there's something that you enjoyed in the video. If you feel like subscribing, that really helps our channel grow, and it keeps me motivated to keep trying to bring out content for anyone who needs that help. Have a great day. Thank you.